Hey, how's it going? As you can see, I'm in a different room here. You can see some games on shelves behind me. Over the past couple of months here, I've collected a couple shelves here from garage sales, and unfortunately, I don't have a game room. These have just been put up in my bedroom, but it's definitely a step up from Tupperware's under the bed. So I think I got some PlayStation 2 stuff here, a little bit down here, and then my DS, and mostly RPGs on this shelf other than the PS2 stuff down here. And then I've got another shelf that you can't see with some NES stuff, and I don't know how high you can see up, but there's some Super Nintendo RPGs, my PlayStation 1 RPGs, stuff like that. Maybe I won't, not a game room tour, but maybe I can do a shelf tour. And actually over here I've got a baby changing station converted into my Super Nintendo 64 shelves with the drawer with like all the controllers and accessories and that stuff. So the reason I'm filming in here is I had picked up some goofy like styrofoam Lincoln log looking cabin thing for my daughter that sits in our living room, so that pretty much blocks where I like to film. And then my wife is actually working on our computer, which is in our dining room, which is the second place I film. So here we are, making do. I'm physically sitting on the floor here so I can do this video, but it's got some good stuff. And one epic fail. If you've been on my Facebook page, you've already seen it, but I will go ahead and start with that. And that is Mega Man Legends for the PlayStation 1. If you saw it was $2.99. I was super excited when I saw it there at the thrift store at Savers, and I brought it to the car and on camera opened it up, and sure enough, it was just crap. A WWF music CD and Need for Speed for the PlayStation 1. So I'm thinking about coming up with like a clever way to destroy these two discs. So if anyone has any ideas, leave them in the comment section and I'll try to film that and put in my next video. Getting revenge for the empty case and manual. But if you watched, like I said, on my Facebook page, this I will be keeping this case and manual. The one I have that's at my sister's house is missing the manual, and it's got a giant like crack. I don't even think the top part is even there anymore. So this is definitely an upgrade, and with the manual, so still cool to find. Definitely not as cool that it's not doesn't have the game. So, but that was that. The rest of this is pretty decent, except for the one thing I'll show in a second, which was free. But I'll go ahead and get to that here in a second. First things first is some dollar games I picked up. This is from a pawn store that has like a dollar bin, and normally it's has a PlayStation 2 and Xbox crap games like World Series of Poker, stuff like that. But this time, for whatever reason, they had a couple Wii games in there, and I don't know if you can read the title, but it is Donkey Kong Country Returns. It's in a generic case. And then also was Punch-Out for the Wii. And it was honestly, it was just coincidence. And I always look in their dollar bin because I know they have one, and found these, picked them up, and the dude at the register told me that somebody had came in, I guess with the intention of selling them. They were just disc only, and he accidentally just left them there. And so instead of adding the stuff to their inventory and stuff like that, he just put them in the dollar bins, and I just came in later that day and picked them up. So Donkey Kong Country Returns and Punch-Out for the Wii, those were $1 each. Those will probably end up trying to trade into GameStop. I'm hopefully eventually going to trade in for Xenoblade Chronicles, but we'll see. I've said this several times, and each time I kind of fall through because, I don't know, I just don't feel like trading in 30 games to finally get it, but it's cool to find them for $1. The next thing is, if you, again, from my Facebook page at all, you see that my mother-in-law found me a Pokemon game. I think it was Pokemon Pearl for $2, which was really cool. And then I ended up picking up a DS from her for $5 a little bit later. Well, she actually, this lady actually goes to church with my mother-in-law, and said she had found some other stuff at the house and just gave it to her because she knew she'd bought that DS game. Nothing great. In fact, this was the first time I actually physically really looked at it, and then what I thought was a Wii game was actually Tinkerbell the movie, so I will be popping that in as soon as I can. But what she came with was a pink DS Lite, That's in decent condition. It is missing the stylus, but that's not really a huge deal. It comes with the charger, which is really cool. It comes with, in Game Boy Advance game, Disney Princess, which thanks to Boomstick is a duplicate, so this is for trade. And it also came with Bratz Forever Diamonds, which is not for trade because Algin Game Hunter is going for a complete Bratz collection, so this will be going to him. But the coolest thing in here, which I thought was the coolest thing, was this really thick Nintendo DS stylus. I'd never seen something this big, and I don't know if I would use it because the ones that fit in there are just fine. But oh, it even clicks. I didn't realize that. But I thought it was kind of cool. So all that stuff was free. So I mean, I'm not going to turn down free stuff, but I'll probably just end up trying to trade the DS in, maybe to again to GameStop, or if somebody really wants a pink charger and this, or a pink DS, this doesn't like to come out, but I'll play with that later. So that was free, and thanks to the mother-in-law, another score for her. Next is some pickups from the pawn store. I paid $10 total, and I picked up 2 DS games and a PS2 game. The PS2 game was Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. I thought I had a complete collection. I was wrong. I was missing this game, and I just happened to find it right there. And so, like I said, it was $10 total for these 3 games. So I think the DS games were $5, and I just asked for this to be thrown in. So however you want to make the math work, but. So Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam, which now should complete my Tony Hawk collection. I just need to upgrade a few to Black Label, but and then Pokemon Diamond, which actually isn't Diamond, it was Platinum that was inside. I don't know if you can see that, but I didn't think that was too big of a deal. It was Pokemon Platinum, but it's case and manual for Diamond, so that's just an extra case and game if anyone wants those. And then Mario Kart DS complete. And yeah, and I got some points in there, so I'll probably just give those out, but that's complete. I've had this game a few times. I'm not a huge fan of the Mario Kart on the DS. I mean, I love the 64 and Wii and GameCube and all the other ones, Super Nintendo, but the DS one I'm just not that big of a fan of. Or the Game Boy Advance. It just wasn't as fun on handheld, but anyway, still cool to find for a few bucks, so not a big deal. Next was another pawn store. I picked up another copy, I just picked up it last time too, but of Zelda Skyward Sword for $5. And it is complete. If you can see the stupid manual. I try to keep the glare down. It's got the soundtrack and the game. This will be going to JCAU 99 because I knew he was looking for it. And Josh, you have to tell me if you collect club points. Because if not, I'll just give those to someone else. But if you do, I'll keep them in. So the Skyward Sword complete for $5. It's not my favorite Zelda game, but it's fun. I guess it's worth playing through once. Next pawn store, I paid $5 for 2 games here. The first one is Super Mario DS for the Super Mario 64 DS. Excuse me. It was $4 for this, and then I asked. I saw. This disc only, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This was on their wall. This was actually the game they used to test Wii's when they came in. And I think I was the first person to ever ask about it or put an offer on it. And he told me he'd do it for $3. And I told him I wouldn't do more than $1 because, I didn't trust that it worked and stuff like that. And finally we settled on $1. So it was $5 for the DS and the Super Smash Bros. Brawl disc. So again, this will probably be traded into GameStop unless somebody absolutely wants it. And then I've played this a couple of times. It's not my favorite either. But you know what? I actually had said that about New Super Mario Bros. DS, and then I ended up loving that and playing through that 100%. But maybe I'll give this a try a few times. But right now I haven't really gotten into it yet, so I might just trade that off. I've traded all the other ones I found. Next is actually for the first time is some Facebook purchases I made. I'm part of a few groups, but I honestly don't really like the ones I'm in. One's like 8-bit and 16-bit, and I don't know, just a lot of just crap that goes on in that one. But one I do like being on is the Nellis Air Force Base yard sale page. And it's for, for military and people who, have access to the base. And mostly it's, baby clothes and normal yard sale stuff. But every once in a while games pop up there. And the first one I picked up 2 Wii games. And the first one these were $5 each. And it was Mario Kart Wii. And it is complete. I think it just has points too, I felt like. Nope, no points. Anyway, it is complete though. And then also is Mario Party 8, which I had been looking for. I was very actually happy to find this one. I didn't have this one yet. And it's complete also. The Mario Kart Wii is for trade. Mario Party 8 I didn't have it yet. So now I have 8 and 9. And I think I have 7 on the GameCube. I still need to find 4, 5, and 6. And then lastly is a pickup I just had today. And this is also from that same page, from a different seller. But they had a DS at a couple of games they were asking $60 for, which I wasn't going to pay $60 for a DS anyway, but especially when I already have one. But they had 3 games. One was Pac-Man, one was Mystery something, and then the last one, and the one I bought, was Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. And this is also complete. Did it have points in it? I'll look later. I didn't see them, but it is complete, and so that was really cool. This was kind of an interesting story. Like I said, she had the DS listed with 3 games, 1 at 60. I was the first one to message on it saying, if she would sell the game separate. And like immediately after I did, somebody else did also, some lady, and it was kind of like hit or miss because she said that she had made the post somewhere else also, but finally, she said she would do $5 each for the games, and with I definitely wanted to get the Mario game here, so I said would you do all 3 for $10? And she wrote back a little bit that she would do all 3 for 13, and I was like, well, I'll just buy the Mario game. And so actually a day passed before I heard anything back. Finally, she hits me back the next day, which was today, and she's like, okay, that's cool. And I'm like, okay, we'll meet in a public place. And she's like, well, I can't drive right now, and I won't be home at that time. She's like, so I'll just leave it on my front porch in a bag, and you can just come by and pick it up and leave the $5. And it sounded a little weird to me, but it was off this, this military people site. And so I took a chance on it, and it was definitely like a drug deal. I was like, she was like the bag lady, and I was just leaving her money. But sure enough, I got to her house, and no one was home, and I found the bag with the game and checked to make sure it was in there and everything, and put the $5 in the bag, and came back, told her on Facebook, yep, picked it up, left you the $5, and so here we are with Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. I haven't played this one yet. I've played a little bit of Partners in Time, and I enjoyed it, but it's kind of like Super Mario RPG, and it's fun. I just couldn't get into it enough to finish it, and so I wonder if the same's going to happen here, but I at least want to give it a shot. So those are my pickups, though, for this week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. If you like this new setup, I mean, it's not that bad sitting on the floor, so I can do some more like this. I'll try to do a little bit of a shelf tour, and show off kind of the games I have. I keep wanting to do a little bit of a collection video, like with my PS2 RPGs and stuff like that. So, but hopefully I'll have some more pickups for you next week. The games I do have for trade, like I try to do, is Pokemon Platinum, even though it's in a diamond case. Or if you need the case for diamond, let me know, because I have case and manual. But that is Platinum. Also for trade is Mario Kart for the Wii. The Donkey Kong Country Returns disc only. Punch-Out disc only. Super Smash Bros. Brawl disc only. And I will make sure these work before I actually trade them off. Like I said, if no one's really that interested, which is fine, I'll just end up trying to take them to GameStop or something. Mario Kart DS is for trade. I don't really want to keep that. And that is and Super Mario DS 64. If anyone's really interested in that, that's for trade also. Or if you want that pink DS, that's cool too. So that's stuff I have for trade. I still have some stuff for trade from last week. I'm still trying to figure out with the Super Nintendo games what I want to do with them. John at Gaming No School said those were all duplicates for him, so he doesn't need them. So I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do with them yet. I've got MagFest coming up that I probably want to have a little extra money for. I'm really excited for that. I think I've kind of mentioned offhand, but I'm definitely going. Splitting a room with Chris Minogue. I know a ton of people are going to be there. I know JCU99 is going, Goodwill Hunter, Burning Toys, I believe Boomstick 229 is going. I even heard RPG Tour Guide is going, so it'd be really awesome to hang out with Ryan. And hopefully we'll play lots of games like we did at MGC. And hopefully I'll pick up cool things. Hope to do some more challenges with Chris Minogue. Maybe we'll try to figure out something while we're there to do some challenges. But like there should be a lot of people there, and just a great time. If you hit me up for these trades, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, or you can hit me up on email at teej3po@aol.com. Thanks for watching. Next time on Married Guy Gamer.